So let's understand the broad principle of online marketing or running an online business. So you've identified what your business is and what niche it's in, and you know you're going to create some kind of product. Maybe it's a physical product, maybe it's a virtual training product, but you've identified the product. Now you've got to consider, in terms of the same applies to any business, you've got to say, what is my lead generation system? How do I find clients and bring clients into my system, and how do my clients get to learn about the thing that I have to offer? So that's all about lead generation, bringing people and making them aware of you. Then there's the actual sales system or the sales process. How do you convert those buyers, those people now, and show them your product and get them to actually buy and convert them from being prospects to actually being clients? And then you've got to consider your delivery system. How do you now deliver that value to them? How do you get that product to them? So those are the three broad categories that you need to think about when you're thinking about and creating your online business. So let's look at lead generations. There are numerous ways, and it's all about making people aware that you exist and that your product exists. And so that's one area, but it's also about creating relationships, creating trust, and creating, trust is the key one in this relationship, that people feel, yes, you actually might have value, you actually might know what you're talking about, and that they can trust you to deliver them value, and they'll get something from giving you their time and ultimately their money. So in terms of lead generation, there are both offline and online lead generation. What you're doing ultimately is trying to get a way to contact people so that when you're ready to sell, you can actually offer them this product. And the key one here is creating an email list. There are fantastic, so many different social media platforms and ways to have followings or have ways to contact people. But still, in terms of online marketing, the list is king and queen and the entire court all together. It is still the most important thing because it's the only thing that you can actually fully control. Facebook could shut down your profile, or LinkedIn, or those social media platforms. It's really important that you have a direct mechanism of being able to contact people through their emails. The list is absolutely key. So most lead generation is aimed at getting people to trust you enough to give you their contact detail in the form of an email. And that's called an opt-in. So where people give their email, they opt into your list so that you can then keep communicating with them, giving them content, building a relationship, and hopefully also create a sale out of that relationship. So everything you're doing in terms of driving what is called traffic is driving traffic to a mechanism by which people will give you will exchange their email in exchange for something, and it must be something of value. And these are called opt-in incentives. These can be ethical bribes, effectively. It could be an ebook, it could be a webinar, it could be a teleseminar, it could be a video, it could be something they download, but something that they exchange their email for value. And as a result, you've now got a mechanism to create this relationship with them. So how do you drive traffic? So they even know about your opt-ins, these ethical bribes that you give them. It can be offline. This can be through traditional radio, television, media publications, newspaper, magazines, where you write articles, any form of content, and people hear about you and know where to go and get information from you. And then, of course, there's this multitude of online lead generation mechanisms of how people can be driven and find out more about you. And one key one is social media. So this is Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Pinterest. All of these things are purely about creating awareness of you to drive traffic to opt-in, give you their email so you have this list. And they also use as a way to create connection, relationship with people so they can learn to trust you and know that maybe there's something of value there. Then there's also just online web-based leads, and this is through things like search engine optimization, where people are typing in a specific search in a Google or a search engine and using keywords that come across your website and then find out more about you. There's a multitude of things on Google, things like Google Plus, Google Hangouts, YouTube, all are about creating that awareness. YouTube is becoming bigger and bigger, and with the whole drive of video. So ultimately it's about some form of content which people connect into, go, okay, this is something that I'm wanting, fitting into that big market and into that niche. It's targeted at those people you're aiming for. They come through, they like one of your opt-ins, they want to get some information from you, they exchange a list. So now you've got a list which you're keeping warm, which you're building a relationship with, and then you drive them to go to a sale. Now there are 3 primary revenue models, which I'll cover in another video, of models that you can do for creating revenue, for creating that sale. So you go through the sales process. Now you've got the product that needs to be delivered. You've got 2 primary choices. You can do an online delivery mechanism or an offline, a physical delivery, and again, it depends on your product. So an online delivery mechanism would be if people either get to straight download either some sort of multimedia product. It could be videos, audios, it could just be written in the form of a book, maybe an ebook. I use Kajabi as a delivery mechanism for this portal, so that's a different, effectively licensed site, and it's a delivery mechanism so to deliver value. So you must decide on what is your delivery system. Then in terms of its physical, if you're actually selling, again, information products, maybe it's CDs or DVDs or a book, how are you going to distribute that? Are you going to look for a fulfillment house that is going to produce those and on-sell them for you? Are you going to produce those physically and post them and get them out? Maybe you're selling, kits. Maybe it's a DJ starter kit of actual equipment. Maybe it's your home remedy kit, your starting kit on those seeds to be planted out that physically need to be posted out. Again, consider, is it physical, so is it online or offline delivery, and how you're going to do it. Now, the great thing about online is, one, you've got a product that can be sold multiple times, so it's leveraged in that way. But also, all of this can be automated, and there are more and more systems and tools becoming easier and easier online to do this. And they're all automated ultimately through a series of what are called autoresponders, also just commonly known as AR, standing for autoresponders. Even this lead generation can all be automated, the posting, how it goes through, who it gets targeted to, so you have information that goes through here, so you can have automated posting and information delivery to these various different streams that drive the traffic. Then in here, once a person's opted in, they can be driven through a series of autoresponders, which create relationship, which deliver them some of this free content, which keep warming them and letting them know more about you and what you have to offer. So the great thing here, these emails or these videos are set up once, and they are delivered to people via the email system or via a social media platform or some other form, automatically. So it's created once and the system delivers that to you. Again, once the sale takes place, again, autoresponders and the system can deliver that automatically, from everything from the actual sale, the way the sale process goes through, what's called sales fulfillment, from some of the customer care and back-end processes, how that is also delivered automatically triggers so that you don't have to be involved in physically doing the fulfillment or even the delivery of the product. And again, in terms of the delivery, both physical or automated, say for example a fulfillment house, somebody goes to a sale, buys the product, automatically the system generates an email and a trigger to say the fulfillment house who's going to sell and send on that DVD or CD or book, that automatically gets triggered. It goes off their shelves, automatically gets posted, and you haven't been involved in that line at all. Just think about buying books on Amazon. That's exactly what happens. It's all completely automated, and all that happens for you once you've got this set up is looking at the dollars coming into the bank account, and ultimately also knowing that you're delivering massive value in an area that you're passionate about.